Hello guys, so I thought I'd just make a update video on just where things are at and then where they're going, because there is some kind of plan here. Trust me. So I left work in August 2024, which is quite a few months ago now, and my main goal was to cycle around Italy, and I'm halfway done with that now. I had to cut the trip in two because of the Schengen Zone Agreement and the visa allowance for like a UK person. So I can only spend 90 days in the EU in a 180-day period. And I wanted to take the trip slowly because I wanted to spend time, like being a tourist, seeing places, speaking Italian because I'm trying to learn, and I'm not going to get there by spending the full day on the bike every day, just zooming past. So I'm going to go back in a few weeks. 8 days is my flight. So within 2 weeks, I'll be back on the road and I'll be cycling South Italy because I covered the North previously. I did around 3,000 kilometers in 61 days, and it's probably going to be similar, if not more, for the South. So I'm going to be there from, middle of March to probably the end of May / beginning of June, which will be nice. And at the end of that, I want to put together kind of like a documentary movie, like a short film in a way. Just kind of, running through the entire trip with some narration over the top, giving some context. And I want to put together a photo book as well. So just kind of putting the whole trip together in one book, something tangible that I can actually hold, which is, what I want really, to be able to look back on it. Videos are nice, but, a book is just, something else. It's just a different feeling entirely. And the story of the book is going to be, it's not just going to be about, cycling in Italy. Look at this cappuccino, look at this pasta, this beautiful place. I mean, that has a big part in the book, don't get me wrong. But I kind of want it to be about, like my story of leaving the job behind and starting something new, because I wasn't content with my life previously. It just felt very repetitive. So it will be that journey of going on the bicycle trip, having that freedom, being able to go anywhere, being in a place where I can, speak Italian and learn it, because that is one of my main goals. And as well as, starting videography, photography from scratch, and just having that skill develop in terms of like storytelling as well. So it's a big project. It's a big project, and there's a lot of parts to it that are new to me. So a lot of this stuff does seem daunting at first, like making the photo book, editing all the photos together, getting the story, tying it all up, finding a publisher that's good enough, getting good quality paper, all that kind of stuff. And then as well, not even just the photos and the story, but like the whole design of the book and then graphics as well. I want to put quite a lot into it and just see how it turns out. But because it's my first time doing something like this, it will probably take an extortionate amount of time compared to the second book that I'm going to make. So after Italy, let's say finish June 2025, and then in July, I'm going to be cycling Scotland as well. So doing the same thing. Scotland is a part of my heritage as well as Italy, and I want to just spend time just kind of cycling around the entire place because, you hear such great things about the Highlands and just Scottish scenery in general. So yeah, that is the plan for that. I told you there was a plan, and we'll see where that goes. If my socials take off on kind of like the smaller platforms, because I do daily videos when I go out there, and kind of had the aim of, just having a video diary, just on something I can look back on to kind of consult when I want to make the book and the ultimate documentary. It kind of gives really good insight into my day-to-day life, but then I was also hoping on the small channels for those to kind of like blow up in a way, because you can get good like brand deals and stuff if your socials are like that. If your socials are kind of like high viewer count and follower base. So that was a goal, but it wasn't kind of the goal for that. It's kind of like a nice to have. And on this next portion of Italy, I'm going to switch it up a bit. I'm going to try something different with the daily videos, because before it was less of me and just more of what I was doing. But I'm going to try and mix it into a bit of both, give more context of where I am and the history of it, as well as kind of more clips of me doing things as opposed to me just filming, stuff in front of me. So we'll see how that goes. and I'll have another chance to do that for Scotland as well, which would be nice. It's all stuff just to keep me busy, you know, just trying new things. The kind of videos you see on my channel are a bit all over the place because I'm still trying to find that groove of what I want to make. And, you know, YouTube channels are kind of destined to fail if you don't focus on one thing and stick at it, which is a bit annoying, but this, to me, is more important in terms of kind of putting all the stuff out there and then just kind of seeing how that feels for me to create it in a way. Yeah, I prefer that a bit more. In terms of fitness, I left my bike in Italy, so I don't have a bike to cycle on. I've been back for 3 months almost now. So I came back from Italy 1st of December 2024, and for about 2 months I didn't do much fitness stuff at all. Like previously I'd do quite a lot of sports and go to the gym, but I just kind of like, in terms of, I had a bit of a fear of getting injured before I finished the full thing, and then also spending money. So I just kind of use my home workout setup, which is quite good, to be honest. You know, it's pull-up bar, bench, dumbbells, you know, you can do push-ups, squats. It's kind of all you need, really. But I joined the gym end of January, 2 months after, and I just wanted to get back on the bike. So using the static bikes in the gym, and then just doing kind of more stretching, bodyweight exercises, and, you know, a bit of machine workout to get some kind of functionality back in the body. Because when you're kind of out on the road bikepacking, like that, my full setup, bike included, all the gear, water, 40 kilograms. And if you're kind of like going up an insanely steep incline, or you're going off-road and you need to kind of lift the bike over, you know, rocks, a set of stairs, you know, you need to be quite physically fit to do that. But it's always more sensible just to break the kit down, you know, take the bags off and then move it separately, because you're less likely to get injured and like slip down some stairs or something stupid. I remember on like, I think it was like day 4 of my trip, day 3 or 4, very early on in Fontana Ferrera, just in the Friuli Venezia Giulia region. I went on a trail to a park and through a forest, and there were so many steps in there, and I've already committed. I was about halfway. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just carry the stuff up. And yeah, I just continued doing that, just carrying the stuff, and there was more sets of stairs after stairs. And it was getting late. I was looking for a campsite, and it was just, it was so annoying. It was a nice forest though, but yeah, it just kind of stresses the point that you need to be physically fit if you want to do something like this. That's pretty much everything apart from, I guess, Italian. So I have been learning Italian, you know, for the past few years. My mum speaks it, and yeah, that's the reason for, one of the reasons for cycling Italy, to get exposure out there and speak Italian. Posso parlare italiano, però devo parlare lentamente. Ho bisogno tu parlami lentamente anche, così posso capirlo. Sì. Coffee's ready. So here's the trick. Bit of hot water in the cup, you know, warm that up. Slosh that about a bit. And coffee from the mocha pot. So this is just a ground coffee from M&S Dark Roast. You know, it was pretty cheap, I think. And it's not as fine as I think it should be for the mocha pot. I think it's more suited to the cafetiere, but you know, it still tastes quite good actually. And I usually just put a blend of both oat and soy milk in because, you know, it just tastes better than cow's milk to me. That's actually pretty good. Anyway, I'll leave it there for now. And yeah, I'll probably see you back when I'm in Italy. So I'll be setting off, you know, like second week of March. But yeah, I guess I can leave it there. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ciao!